For this Cricut project, we are going to design a greeting card. The first step is to go to the left-hand side and click Shapes. Select Square. On the top area in the edit bar, you'll see this area where you can edit the size. I'm going to click the Unlock so I can change it and it won't be proportional anymore because I'm going to make a rectangle. I'm going to make mine 11 by 6.5. As you can see, it changed my square on the canvas. I'm going to move it up a little bit so I can see it better. Another way you can lock and unlock your shapes is the lock symbol on the bottom left corner of your shape. So I'm going to go back to Shapes and click another square. I'm going to unlock this one. And I'm going to make it 4.5 by 4.5. I'm going to drag it to the right side of my rectangle. And I'm going to cut out this square shape from my larger square shape. So what I do is I go to the layers on the right side. I select the one shape, hold Shift, select the second shape, and go to the bottom and select Slice. Now I can remove this square and I can delete it either hitting the delete key on my keyboard or hitting the X in the corner. And it cut out two rectangles, so I'm going to delete this one too. And I'm just going to leave this shape for my card. Now I'm going to add a circle design in this empty square area. I'm going to go back to the left and click Circle. And I'm going to drag it over my square. I want it big enough so it's touching the square on all four sides. I'm going to pick another circle and put it in the center of the larger circle. So I want to cut the smaller circle out of this larger circle. So I'm going to go to my layers on the right and select both circles and then go to the bottom and hit Slice. So I can see these solid circles on the layers panel. I don't want either of them, so I'm going to click it and hit delete on my keyboard. I'm going to click the second one and hit delete again. So now I have my ring that I made and my card back. I want to attach these two things together so that they become one solid piece. I'm going to go to my layers panel and hit Shift on both the rectangular shape and the ring shape and go to the bottom and hit Weld. You can see that the lines disappeared on my circle, and when I move it, it is one solid piece now. Now I want to add some text into my design. I'm going to create a number here. I'm going to make a birthday card. So I'm going to go to the left and click Text, and I'm going to type in the number 18. So I'm going to unlock the 18 so that way when I adjust the size, I can have the proportions be any size I want. I want the number to touch multiple spots of the circle because I want the Cricut to cut out the number. So once I see that it's touching enough of the circle, I'm going to select the card shape on the layers panel, hold Shift and hit the text shape, and I'm going to go to the bottom and hit Weld. This attached my number to the card shape. So again, it becomes one solid image. Now I want to add some text that I want the machine to draw. I'm going to highlight the text because I want it to be aligned in the center. So the alignment is up here in the edit panel. And then when I move the text, I'm going to unlock it so that, again, I can adjust the size however I want. I'm going to make sure it fits on the top here.
For our text here, we don't actually want it to cut out the text, we want it to draw the text on the card. So I'm going to select my text here. You can see on the right hand side it says Basic Cut. I'm going to change that so it says goes to a draw function. So up here under Operation, there's a little drop down and you can see Cut and there's a couple different options, and you can see Draw and there's a couple different options. For our purposes, we're going to use the pen to draw, and you will see that it changes the text to an outline, which is what we want in this case. The card should be set to cut because we want it to cut out this shape.
The last thing I need to do is tell the Cricut that the text is part of the whole design. I want the Cricut to draw the letters and cut out all the pieces at the same time. So I go over to the layers on the right. I have to pick the card layer first and hold Shift and then click the text layer. When I go down to the bottom, I'm going to click Attach. What I'm telling the Cricut is to attach the written portion onto the card. If you click the text layer first and hit Shift and then select the card layer and then hit Attach, you'll see that your text disappears. Your Cricut machine will not understand that there is text there, so make sure that you select the card layer first and then select the text layer before hitting Attach. Once your design is all done, you go to the right upper corner and hit Make It. After you click Make It, you'll be brought to the project preview screen. This is going to display how your Cricut is interpreting your design. So if you look here how it says Happy Birthday, but you don't see the rest of your card, this is because I did not attach the project properly. So it actually wants to draw Happy Birthday on one mat and cut the design out in another mat, which is not what we want. So if this is what happened to you, make sure you hit Cancel. And when you go back to your canvas space, hit the weld layer, hold Shift, click the text layer, and go to the bottom and click Attach. The design won't look very different on your screen, but after you click Make It and go back to the project preview screen, you can now see that both things are on the same mat. So the written portion and the cut portion is in the same space. On this screen, we tell the machine what kind of material we're loading. So under Popular, I'm going to select cardstock. And it tells me that I need a pen loaded in clamp A and the fine point blade loaded in clamp B. Here are my tools loaded in the Cricut machine. In clamp A, I have my fine point black Cricut marker, and in clamp B, I have my fine point blade. When you're ready to make your design, you click the flashing arrow button on your machine. Make sure your Cricut mat is loaded underneath the guard here and touching one of the rails. Once the Cricut machine is loaded, the Cricut logo will begin flashing, and when you click that, it will start cutting and drawing your design. Now that my design is finished, I can click Finish in the bottom right corner, and it will take me back to the canvas. So now that my design has been cut out, all I have to do is remove it from the mat. What I don't want to do is just find a corner and pull out, because it will curl the paper. So what I will do is I'm going to flip my mat over, and I'm going to find an edge. And I'm just going to slowly pull my design off. Now my design came off the mat, and all I have to do is fold my card. And there's my card.